Okay, what I want to talk about tonight is an ex-NFL cheerleader now has joined MMA, WMMA. Let's see, pull it up here. Her name is Wray. Is that the one who cooks? Not a bad-looking girl either. Her last name's spelled W-R-A-Y. She wants to be a fighter after being a cheerleader. Now this is what I was trying to say about these women who just walk off the street one day and decide to take up WMMA and become a professional fighter at it. I did some background checking on her. She has no background at all in any type of martial arts, judo, karate, anything. Her big fame is a cheerleader, and she wanted to get involved with MMA because she was taking a aerobic class, boxing aerobic class. Now those of you who don't know what that is, you can take these classes. It's not really boxing, but it's a workout, and doing that boxing is a good workout actually. You get yourself in pretty good shape by doing that. But does that make you a fighter? Does that make you a martial arts expert? No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. This is what I was trying to talk to you guys about before. How watered down women's mixed martial arts is? Well, this is one of the reasons. You have an ex-cheerleader who has no fighting background at all, and she's going to got in the ring and fought. And I saw her fight. It was ridiculous. I've seen better boxing matches from the 70s or your local tough girl competition fights. And these are professionals. I mean, it was ridiculous to think that they're going to base a sport on just women walking off the street and deciding one day, I want to fight. The fight game doesn't work like that. The people who follow the sport just don't realize that. You have to have a solid amateur background in fighting. I mean, that's been proven. If you take boxing, for example, the champions who have won fights, Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Joe Frazier, George Foreman, they all had really good amateur backgrounds. So there's been, exceptions to the rule, like Duran and Rocky Marciano didn't have. Ray Mancini, they didn't have very successful amateur careers. But those are exceptions. How can you call yourself a professional with only 4 amateur fights? You're still basically an amateur. And how can you call yourself a professional when you don't even participate in any martial arts? Except for maybe a kickboxing class to get in shape. That does not make you a fighter. Sorry, it doesn't. What's going to happen if she goes up against a woman who does have a black belt? And there are very few that do in the MMA, but what if she does? There's no way she's going to win. You can't do that. It would be like Sugar Ray Leonard in his prime, when he was a champion, and then, going into a Golden Gloves competition. Who do you think would win it? He would. Why? Because he has the experience. He has the knowledge and know-how. These people don't. There's only a very handful that do. Rousey is one of them. She does have a legitimate black belt in judo. And you see what she's doing in it. She's winning her matches in a matter of seconds. Why? because the level of competition just isn't there. Imagine what she would do with this woman. Of course, I think she's only weighs at, I think, 115 pounds, so I don't think there's a lot of black belts, women fighting at 115 pounds anyway. But again, it just makes it look cheap. It makes it look like some type of a tough girl competition, amateurish. That's how she fought. Very amateurish. I think I only threw a few leg kicks. Most of it was just punches, arm punches. But she is good looking, and maybe that's what they want, you know. Looks instead of quality, I guess. She'd be better off sticking with cheerleading. But this is a problem with this sport. It's getting watered down by people like this. Well, maybe that's what people want, you know. Well, we'll see in the future what it holds.